Hello again and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a bush basically. It's about 100mm diameter with a 55 thickness and a 35mm hole in the middle. Okay, so let's get on and see how we get on this big old beast here.
First thing we have to do is to face off the steel after mounting it in the lathe chuck. This steel seems to be machining quite freely. It's a pleasure to work with something like this. There's obviously very little carbon in the steel to make it hard in places. So that's machined off quite nicely across the face there. We'll just draw the tool back. Next phase is to drill a center drill hole in the middle before we start boring out the inner hole. The hole in the middle. For this I'll use about a 12 or 14mm drill just to get started, so we make sure we get a hole right the way through. As you can see, I'm using coolant on this because obviously using a drill at this sort of speed does tend to get quite hot. So have to draw it back every now and then just to relieve the swarf. Okay, now we have a hole right the way through, that's fine. We'll put the bigger drill through, which is a 32mm drill. Because the hole we want to end up with is just over 35mm. I think it's going to be clearance for 35mm. I think they've asked for 35.2. So now we put a boring bar in just to finish off from the 32mm drill. I'll just keep boring this out. Yes, it does sound a bit boring, but there we go. That's all part of it. Terminology is the key word. I think we'll just get this finished off, and then I'll use telescopic gauges to measure the internal bore, and then the gauges give me the size, and then I'll use a micrometer to measure it. So we're getting close to it, and here we have the micrometer on the bore gauge, on the telescopic gauge, and it's reading 35.2, which is pretty much dead on, but that's fine. We can carry on now and take the steel out of the chuck, reverse it, and I'll set that up with a clock gauge so that we can just centerize the hole, and then I'll face off the outside just to make sure everything's nice and square. Square being the operative word rather than round. So, and I think that's just about it. And here we have the finished article, nicely finished off and ready to go out to the client. Thank you very much for watching.